Good morning. And when I say good morning, using the term morning, dear Lord, it's 1:30. I can't believe it. I don't know why it is that I can't sleep. I've never had problems sleeping. I always worked my regular 12, 14 hours and I mean, seemed like that's what you're supposed to do, but dear me. Unbelievable. I was just out checking the air quality in Fort Mac. I was going to put my glasses on because sometimes this would. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Minus a 32. Yep. Gee whiz, that's cold, children. It is really chilly outside. And, oh, another bad hair day. Jeez. Oh, well, can't win them all, I guess, eh? Listen, I was just kind of bored. Really, really bored. I mean, you can't sit outside more than one cigarette because it is minus 32 degrees up here in the frozen north. I don't think I'll ever forget. Had a friend, old Irish guy, but only friends I have laughter. Well, not Irish, but old. And he said he was down getting fuel in the States on his way back from wherever, probably where it was warm. Oh, before COVID, and government tried to scare you so bad you wouldn't leave the house without having all your vaccinations and 14 booster shots and having had COVID twice yourself. You still were scared to go outside because, oh dear Lord God, isn't the sky falling? Oh yeah, people. Oh, listen to us. You voted us in. Yep, yep, yep. Hopefully we don't do that stupid thing again. Pick a different party, children. You want change. Oh, you say you want change. Well, don't keep voting the same people into power. Good grief, think about it. Isn't that a bit silly? It is. I watched, oh shoot, um, my little, what I call the diatribe on the biggest, the largest, the greatest natural oil spill known to mankind. It's called all over up here. I mean, we have oil, or some people say leaching. Well, but perhaps that's the right word. In the winter, it's kind of half frozen, but in the summer, the oil just pours out of the ground all over the blessed place, straight into the river and straight down the river. And it's been doing that for centuries. That's that's hard to believe, but it's actually the truth. And we from Fort Mac, we are truly environmentalists. Well, we're not out there hugging trees and letting on that we're doing a favor to mankind by putting spikes in the trees so that's some poor blessed character from Cape Breton or Newfoundland or Ontario where they can't get work anywhere anyway, and they're out here trying to eke out 11. running their little chainsaws, knocking trees down and hoping to hell, oh, shouldn't say that word, hoping like something, that they don't hit a spike from some green piecer who's spiking trees. Oh, we're gonna save the environment. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, if you don't want to get a real job, just go and spike a bunch of trees and somebody will pay you. Gotta be kidding me, children. There's a term that's become very well used last few years. Just about getting tired of it. It's called talking points. A talking point has a semblance of truth, but that's where it ends. Because all the politicians and I'm not talking conservatives. I'm talking liberals up here in Canada. Same thing down there in the States, called Democrats. I don't know, do we have 30 or 40 million people here in Canada? Oh, we could have more. Probably about 28 million up here in Canada passed away over the last 25, 30 years, and they're still voting. Well, they're not voting conservative. Of course, they're voting liberal. Down in the States, they have 300 plus million people. But on the voter list, Democrat, that's actually liberal. Canadians, it is. Down there's about 129 million people. Been dead for some time. And they're still voting Democrat as well, which is liberal. Children. I watched the one and only news station down there tonight. Oh, Yellowstone was over. Oh, I would like to have been on that. I would gladly have done background on Yellowstone, let me tell you that. Oh, my word, what a movie, what a show. Kevin Costner. Oh, gee, best he's ever done. We have a warfare on our hands, and it's not the fight against COVID. Omicron. I have a dear friend who lost the love of his life, and she died of COVID. Back about 8 years ago, I had a dear cousin in Ontario, and someone called, said, Jim, she's in the hospital. And I said, well, what's she in the hospital for? Well, she has the flu. I said, well, why is she in the hospital? Well, they said, she might not make it. I thought, you gotta be kidding. And she passed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, who dies of the flu? Well, nowadays, no one does. There hasn't been a person die from the flu since some idiot turned the virus loose or something over there in Wuhan province or something. Who knows? Yeah, never find the truth out about that. Everyone has died. COVID, COVID. Aren't you just scared to death? Don't you just feel that fear every bloody time you turn around some idiot? Fauci down in the States, smart man. Yeah, yeah, oh geez, yeah, 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 he has all his shots. I don't know if he ever did get COVID. He's probably so blessed old. He looks so frail, like as though he and what's that president's name down there right now? Biden, something like that. Anyway, so they both look like they have a foot right in the grave. But anyways, Fauci says, yep, he's sitting there with two masks on. He's 12 feet in front of the camera. And there's no one else in the room, just a guy behind the camera. And two masks, all his vaccinations. And I'm telling you, I have my vaccinations because that's the only way I can get a job. That's the only way that I can get a job, is to be fully vaccinated. And moreover, the only way I'm ever going to go and have a coffee with the lady who probably doesn't want to have a coffee with me is to be vaccinated. Fauci, someone said, well, reporters, interviewing him and all that, they said, this is going to kind of screw up his dating life. Fauci said, well, in what way? Well, you can hardly hear him behind the two masks. But anyways, sign language went on. The reporter asking the question said, well, I mean, how do I go and meet someone on a dating site and go out for the evening? And what would happen if things got real serious and we ended up in bed together? Fauci said, don't worry about that. I mean, shoot. The guy says, I'm not going to be wearing a mask. Well, Fauci says, don't worry about it. Go enjoy yourself. Oh, but in the morning, you want to get your masks back on. You want a social distance. Children, it's processed. Hey, my deepest sympathy for anyone who has lost a family member in the last, since COVID came online. Some people truly have died from it. And my deepest condolences to you. And I'm sure not making light of that. What I'm making light of is a government that wants to scare the ever-loving hell right out of you. Scare you so bad that you stop living. Scare you so bad that you're afraid to leave your house, go downtown, look around. Oh, we have Biden down there. Well, it's a wonder he didn't have a walker with him. I don't mean someone walking, but some way of supporting himself. I can't believe they probably leveled the beach so he wouldn't trip. I mean, he and his wife that he lives, well, supposedly, live in the same place. I think there was a stupid dog there. His only bright thing on the scene. Didn't have a mask on. Surprised about that. Standing out in the breeze on the shoreline of the bloody ocean, wearing a mask. Oh, probably not one, probably two. He's probably had his 19th booster shot. on the off chance that one out of the 20, because you're going to have to get another one next week, might work. Get really, children. Are you going to live, or are you going to acquiesce? Are you going to have enough guts to actually believe that perhaps the sky isn't falling? What if the sky isn't falling? What if this is just the way? Oh, I don't mean the people that have actually died from COVID. My deepest sympathies, I say that again. But what if this is just another way of helping people to become so dependent on the government that when the stuff of end times starts to happen, people are going to be so indoctrinated with fear that they're going to do anything they're told to do in the hope they'll survive. That's called abuse. You know my mission in life is a fight against child abuse. The lack of compassion for those who have grown through child abuse, become adults, possibly with their own children, and they're so afraid to live that they barely want to open their hearts to anyone. Because what has happened too many times, too painful, too hard to forget, too many times it's happened. They've given themselves in the hope of just being accepted. And they have been hurt again. And so they're afraid to do anything. That too is how we are nowadays in Canada and the United States of America. If we listen to the fear mongers, the abusers, it is critical that we abide by every recommendation that we can. Masks, social distancing. I don't know how they can call it social distancing when social indicates a certain amount of up close and personal contact. Hey, let me shake your hand. Oh, you can't do that. You can't shake a person's hand. People are carrying around hand sanitizer. They might get infected. I'm telling you, I would rather get infected with real COVID, not this Omicron thing. I mean, now, of course, everybody that's sick, well, they have Omicron. Hardly any hospitalizations. Apparently, it's quite mild. But that won't do. You won't scare the hell out of people by them thinking the truth, perhaps. Who knows what the truth is nowadays? I mean, it seems to fluctuate. I mean, Fauci's of this world. Well, who was he? Never heard of him before. Oh, we hear of him all the time now. Children, you pay attention to COVID recommendations in terms of your health. If you don't want to get the bloody vaccination, don't get it. If you want to get it, get it. But don't you be afraid to get it. And don't you be afraid not to get it. Don't you be afraid. The abusers out there are trying diligently to control you. And they're doing a pretty good job. Have you ever heard of anything so stupid in terms of the world's economy as what has taken place in the last 3 years? Nothing. Nothing. Your independence, your choice to live. Let's say your need to be up close and personal, which I tell you is only enhanced with love, caring, love, yes, bodily, sure, that's called sex, children. But love is called heart. It's called soul. It's called your spirit. And if you're afraid to live, well, you're going to miss out on that. And I'm telling you this, I would rather live, I'm 72, I'd rather live till I was 71 and live to the full than live to be 112, locked away in a closet somewhere, afraid of COVID. Children, hey, I'm kind of sorry about this. I'm supposed to be lightening up a little bit here. Hey, I'll take a shot at it on the next video. I might wait till morning. Not really tired. Okay, God bless. Hey, you're gonna live till you die. You want to hide in your in your basement? Do you want to hide from COVID? Do you want to hide from life, from living, from touching? Caressing your lips with someone who you gave your heart to? You want to sit behind a mask somewhere in the corner? Screw that. Over and out, Cowboy Jim. Hey, I'll get a little later. Thank you.